Hello and welcome to episode 3 of the Film Bros podcast. I am one of your hosts, Sam Hogarth.
I'm Rich.
And today we are talking about streaming and streaming habits. What streaming services do we personally watch? What ones do we like? What ones do we dislike? And and kind of expanding on that topic really. But first things first, Richard.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you today?
I'm good, man. I'm good, thank you.
Good.
Yeah, I'm enjoying the podcast setup, and I'm enjoying recording. And it's a nice sunny day in Norfolk.
Do you know what? The weather has been more up and down than my moods these past couple of weeks, I'll tell you. But all my anticipation of Robot Wars as a kid, I can't remember. But no, I think it has been absolutely fantastic. I hope you're enjoying the pod as well.
Yes.
And we are definitely most bringing you a different side to cinema.
Yes, absolutely. And also piggybacking off of what Richard just said, getting this one in early, but leave us feedback in the comments as well, because we're still discovering things with the podcast and trying to make it as good as possible. And just give us some feedback. Like, do you like it? What do you like? What don't you like? What would you like to see more of?
And if you've got any questions, please, we would love to be able to do like a mailbag or
absolutely,
use your questions is inspiration for a further episode. So
absolutely, our email address will be in the description of this video, and so yes, please email us with any questions or future topics. I went proper newsreader then, didn't I?
Yeah. I mean, you're going newsreader. I'm feeling like I should be on Match of the Day. So I think
you just need the John Watson coat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was more Churchill dog. That wasn't.
I know. I can't.
That wasn't John Watson.
I have to do the Churchill dog,
Okay,
and I'm not doing it now. But
that'll
be another copyright ban against us.
Oh, that's it. We're done now. That's our 3 total, isn't it?
Yeah.
But anyway, getting into so you've been fine, but
Yes,
what have you been watching anything this week? Is there anything good, bad, or indifferent that you've been watching?
Yes, there is actually.
Okay.
I have some more TV recommendations. I want to recommend, obviously, Shrinking. I mean, people probably know.
Amazing show.
Shrinking. Yeah, season 3 has been plodding along very nicely. But the main one people probably won't know is Drops of God. So I am someone, I don't know about you, but I love when somebody cooks a mean meal in a movie or a TV show. This is similar, but it's all about sommeliers and winemaking. So it's a French-Japanese co-production based on a manga or a Japanese novel at least. And the whole idea is giant industry in the wine business. This mogul dies, and basically he leaves his estate to his daughter, or so she thought. Basically, there is another competitor, and basically through the 8 episodes, so it's very short, barely an hour, like 40 old school 42 45 minutes an episode, and the show goes through winemaking, wine tasting, wine fermenting, and it goes through the entire process whilst creating a really interesting dramatic premise that I don't really want to spoil. I don't know about you, but when anyone proceeds to say like you need to give it a couple of episodes, I hate it. But for me at least, it read that way until kind of episode 3 or 4, where they start dropping real big pieces of the puzzle, and the last kind of block is done is just phenomenal. Season 2 is very similar. It's a bit of a slow start. I was a bit worried about how they were going to start the show and where the drama was coming from, but they're doing a really good job. So it is continuing the same quality. And if you want to see a glossy Apple TV production about people sniffing wine glasses, then go for it. This is for you.
Amazing. That sounds really good.
No, thank you. And how about yourself? How are you finding anything to watch?
Yeah. So recently I started watching Halo.
Ooh.
And I think by the time this episode comes out, it will have actually gone from Netflix now.
Yeah.
I only have 4 days myself to watch the rest of it.
Do you think you will?
I'd like to try and get through it, but it's
Or
a
do you
busy
think-
time at the minute.
I was going to say, or do you think a Paramount Plus subscription is going to have to be done?
I don't think I can. I don't think I can. We'll talk about
not-
obviously more subscription services,
I was going to
streaming
say,
services
in a
in a bit.
it's not the mountain of content you were expecting, I take it, no?
To be fair, I've not taken the plunge on Paramount Plus, so I can't judge it just yet.
Oh,
But a lot of Paramount shows have now come to Netflix, like Yellowstone and all that kind of stuff. So, like, there's too much South Park to watch. Like, I would love to, but it's just too dense.
Yeah.
But yes, so I started watching Halo. I've watched the first 2 episodes, and I was a big fan of the games back in the day, and on the Xbox 360. So I thought, I mean, I was really excited when Peter Jackson was involved in doing a TV show. This is not that. I'm just saying it now.
Yeah.
Budget-wise, it is not as... It looks a lot like the video game, which I'm kind of not actually a fan of. I thought they would kind of try and make it a little bit more cinematic. It looks a bit on the cheaper end, let's say. It looks a bit video game graphicsy from the kind of mid 2000s. It doesn't look amazing. However, it's one of those shows that I think it's almost like so bad it's good. Yeah. And that I'm actually kind of entertained by like how generic and cliched it is.
Okay.
It's keeping me involved, but I am liking the mythology they're introducing, and there's just, for me, it just doesn't. There's not enough action.
Reminded me a lot
yet,
of like Mandalorian and Grogu, where you were supposed to have a character that can't take their helmet off, but every second they get a chance to take their helmet off, they take it off.
This is the same with Master Chief as well. Like that guy has his fucking helmet off every second of the day, and it's interesting. But I can't remember her name. I'm gonna have to actually Google.
Natasha McElroy. Is she the professor?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. She is brilliant. She's
Yes.
definitely like the best actor in the show for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm intrigued to watch more.
Yeah,
I'm not loving it, but
I
it's
saw the first
kind
season,
of I'm not. Did you like it?
I think the first episode is the best episode.
Yeah.
And
Well, I mean,
a
I've only
shame.
watched 2, but yeah,
Yeah.
the
That
first
is-
one was the best one.
It's a shame when you have to discuss a TV show as the pilot is the best episode when it should be the weakest episode.
I agree.
But saying that, I think there is ambition. I think that the show is trying to do something. It just never got to do it, and I wish I could have gone back, but me and Paramount don't have the best of relationships. Let's put it that way.
Well, I think that is a great segue to go into our main event,
Yeah.
talking about streaming and our streaming habits. So,
Yes.
Richard, tell us your beef with Paramount Plus.
I mean,
Is it beef or is it more pork or chicken?
I mean, it is a lukewarm sushi roll that you would find in Tesco Garage.
Okay.
I'm going to be quite honest with you. Like, I think their whole stance on this mountain of content should be called mountain of crap. But this is not just them, and it needs to be said. It's not just them. It is other streaming services as well. Because again, we're going to do like a bit of a ranking and play a fun little couple of games in this, I reckon. And for me, Paramount Plus is filled with half-baked Taylor Sheridan shows that have one good season, the first season, and you are left with then South Park, perfectly mentioned, and then you're left with what can only be described as like subpar book adaptations turned into 6 hours, and weird obscure movies that don't really kind of have a place on there other than the legacy movies owned by Paramount. It's an odd place if you ever get to go. But they've also started doing this thing that Amazon Prime do, which really pissed me off, which is they give you a price at the beginning of the starter page, and it kind of like $5.99, and I was like, oh right, cool, I can try that. That's the ad-free version. To get ad-free, you've got to go to $7.99. And Amazon are the same, where they would be like, oh, you can have a subscription to Amazon Prime for $5.99. Oh, but if you want, but you need the ad-free version, you've got to pay X amount extra to get it. So you're essentially paying kind of two different subscriptions to get one subscription. And yeah, not for me. So yeah, what would be your thoughts and feelings on any of the streaming services? Do you have a favourite? Do you have a least favourite? How about top 5?
I was going to say, should we go into a ranking?
I think we should go into the ranking,
yeah.
Because I've got some more minutiae details I'd love to discuss with you, but I think let's give the people what they want. They want a fucking ranking. That's what
I think they do. Yeah,
we do. Yeah, we do.
Okay,
I can't speak.
I'm going to do it in descending order, so I'm going to go number 1 first, if you don't mind.
Hey, do it however you fucking like.
Okay. Yeah. Do you want me to just do mine first and then you do yours?
Yeah. Well, especially if you're going in descending order, yeah.
Okay.
But we need to tell them what the 5 are.
Yes. So these are the 5 that I have mostly consumed or actually still use or actively consume or whatever. So they are Netflix, Mubi, Tubi, Disney Plus, and Amazon. I've been very careful there to not read out in the same order of my actual top 5 because that would have just given everything away. And
you might as well
the
just
whole
give it
top
up
5
now,
is pointless. However, number 1 is Netflix, in my opinion. It is the daddy. It is the one that won the streaming war. I think it's the best for catalog. I think it's the best for originals. I think it's the best for layout as well and user interface of the actual app. I think it is the best. I think there's no real kind of competition, obviously. And even when it comes to licensing TV shows and not just from other streaming services, but like in the UK, for instance, there's like
they integrate them very well, don't they?
Absolutely, yeah. Like there's like Peep Show over here. There's I'm trying to think of other shows.
Shameless.
Shameless. And there's like other sort of great TV, like British TV shows.
Peaky Blinders is another one.
Peaky Blinders, absolutely,
Luther as well, because they've obviously had the BBC co-productions on the films of Peaky Blinders and Luther.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're absolutely spot on. Don't get me wrong, obviously Netflix has problems for sure. I don't think there is a perfect streaming service, but I think it's the one that's obviously innovating the most as well. It's doing the best job for its consumers. I like they added in like an ad tier. Obviously that's from their point of view, that's a very selfish thing as well to make more revenue in terms of adverts, but also being more cost effective to a consumer. They were the first to do that, so that was really good of them as well. I think really smart play. And like I say, with their originals, like some of their TV shows, like House of Cards, I really liked until the final season. Like I did not like the final season. And love Robin Wright. Always a big fan of Robin Wright. I love exactly, and I love the show Love with Gillian Jacobs, Paul Rust,
Judd Apatow.
Incredible show. Sex Education was really good as well, from obviously a British point of view.
Up until the last season.
For the most part, I think for Sex Education, quick tangent. It was how much it was such a handbrake turn into something completely different, and I think that for me was like changing schools and everything. Like I don't know if they had problems with the locations or something, which is why they had to change schools. It was just so different, and I just don't think it worked, that final series. Netflix, number 1. My number 2 is Mubi, and if you're unfamiliar with Mubi, it is this fantastic little streaming service that is a little bit more boutique, would you say, but more niche. It kind of has David Lynch kind of films. It has French films, a lot of foreign cinema.
They are also now getting into TV. They have the complete Twin Peaks, and they have a new original called New Year's.
Yeah, and like I think in terms of if you're kind of into kind of like art house films or more niche films, it's perfect as well. But I think it's a great app with a brilliant user interface to actually like get around and to view your watch list as well. And they perfectly like they do articles on there as well if you're into that kind of thing. So it's a bit different from other streaming services as well. And like they do like staff write-ups of things, which I really enjoy.
They're very much like the British A24. They've started to get into like merchandising their movies. They're selling the the DVDs and Blu-rays on there, and they've got like a really good merch store. But I just wanted to quickly say before you
go
off of there quickly, just the browser, the internet browser, and the app, because I haven't used it on a TV. Fantastic. There is very little difference, and there's so, like you say, great interface.
Absolutely seamless. And as well, what I love about Mubi as well is that they throw deals out there every so often. So for instance, I've got Mubi at the minute for 6 months for £3.60 a month, which is an absolute steal. Sometimes they do like £1 for 3 months as well. So they throw deals out there. So if you're not a continual subscriber, they really look after, I think, the people who are subscribed but obviously don't pay, but they want to then subscribe. So they'll throw deals every so often your way, which I absolutely take advantage of. Because I think for like the lower end, it's quite expensive. It's like £12 a month. There's no kind of like ad tier or anything like that. So I do look out for those deals. But when I do, I take advantage of it. And I love that as a sort of business method as well. It's a great way to get people to just come in for 6 months or 3 months here and there. And well done, Mubi. Really good job. I really actually love Mubi as a streaming service. Number 3 is Amazon Prime. And I really like Amazon. I think it's got... So I don't always love their originals. They do some really good stuff. I'm a sucker for Clarkson's Farm. I mean... I actually really like it. It's really entertaining. Like, obviously, it's the makers of Top Gear as well, so they make the stories really interesting. They've got great personalities on board as well, and like I think like they've done, and because Amazon is such a platform to like rent anything, you can rent or buy like basically any film. So there's great options with that as well if you're not always into streaming. But they have tons of streaming options as well. And also, as an independent filmmaker myself, like. Other people, like as an independent, you can upload your film to Amazon, and if it gets accepted, you can start renting it from there. And it's just, you don't have to go to like a place like Film Hub to then distribute your film as well. So it's really indie friendly, and you can like watch like Velocipasta, and you can watch great films like that, or like Birdemic and other things like that. And I love that about Amazon Prime. However, I do think its interface is quite clunky at times, and it's like it's not easy to view your watch list because you have to go to like the side menu to then go down to your watch list. And I think when they have like the rows of suggestions, there's just too many. I think they could really kind of slim that down a little bit. And I understand why they do this as well, but if you're not subscribed to say Paramount Plus as well, or like anything else on top of Amazon, they show a lot of rows that for like films that are like you get really excited about, and it's like, oh, pay subscription on top of this to then access them. And it's like, well, I just don't want to see that line then. Like, I just don't, it's pointless to me as so I think their algorithm for the user could be better, but that's my only real kind of critique for Amazon Prime, to be fair. Number 4 is either going to be Tubi or Disney Plus. Number 4 is Tubi for me. So if nobody knows what Tubi is, it's a free to download streaming service from whichever app store you have for your phone or TV, and it's all with ads. You sign up, it has adverts in it, which is how they make their money, and they do some really fun, crazy originals. Not always the best quality, but I think that's kind of part of their charm as well, like very low budget, but there's one that the Soska sisters did, Festival of the Dead, which I thought was kind of fun, but in a kind of quite bad way. But it was fun to watch though. But they get loads of kind of like films on there that like mainstream films that you can watch with adverts, and it's all completely for free to sign up. There's no subscription service at all. So I would put Tubi at 4. Very easy to navigate as well. Really enjoy it, and I love like the color scheme as well. It makes it like, because I watched all the Hunger Games films when they were out on Tubi, and I just demolished them. And it makes it like I know it sounds stupid, but like the branding and like the color scheme, because it's like yellow and purple sort of thing, and it's like it's really cool and it's quite inviting, and I really enjoy it. Go on, Richard. What were you gonna say?
I was just going to say they've been re-upping the and rejigging the app, and it has been fantastic. Like I use the mobile version, and it is just genuinely one of the best, like easiest to navigate now, and their recommendeds are always pretty much on point with what you kind of you know if you at the end of it always says like put a thumb up, thumb down kind of thing. So yeah, no, I've got a lot of time and respect for Mubi.
Cool.
No, Tubi.
Yeah.
The problem with them.
Yeah. It's just a T and an M separating them both. But which then brings me to number 5, my least favorite streaming service.
This is the one you've been waiting for.
Honestly, I've been waiting for this moment for so long. Oh. Honestly, I hate these fucking guys.
Right,
Disney fucking Plus. I'm sorry for the F-bombs, but it is absolutely necessary.
Yeah.
Disney Plus, what's wrong with it? I mean, what's right with it, to be fair? I mean, so the only thing that Disney Plus has it going for it, to be fair, is back catalogue. It has a great back catalogue.
Because you think of all the National Geographics, you have all the
Fox,
ESPN, Fox.
Hulu now.
Yeah.
Like, to be fair...
Yeah,
and I will be fair to it.
But it's the legacy titles, yeah.
It's the legacy. That's why you're signing up to this, because this is problem number 1 I have with Disney Plus, is that they don't have enough new material that they add all the time. Where something like Netflix or Amazon, I mean Amazon's a bit unfair because they get a lot of things. So like even like Mubi, for instance, they get a lot of new titles each week. Where Disney Plus, you might get 1, 2, maybe a TV show with like an episode has dropped. Yeah. There's not enough new stuff to keep you coming back to Disney Plus.
And especially
it's not
the new price points of like 10 quid is your bare minimum without ads.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not worth the price, and it's not even worth any breath on it really. So I don't know why I'm wasting my time, but I'm fucking going to. I'm going to use my breath wisely and bury this piece of shit. So catalog, it's it's all legacy stuff. I hate that basically the app interface is terrible, especially now you've got the whole Disney, Hulu, whatever bit at the beginning at the top, so you get really confused because when you're on the main Disney bit it's just everything, and then it's like, well, why do I want to go specifically to just Hulu or whatever? And it's the same with like, I don't mind the Star Wars bits or National Geographic. You're going to something specific. But when you click on Hulu, it's so broad. Yeah. So it's like you're going to another streaming service. So that's a really like...
it basically feels that like what Star Wars, which was the adult version. But I mean, I don't understand why they got to call it Hulu over here. Because we've never had that before. No. And Disney Star made so much sense. Because again, it's like a star kind of banner that you can chuck whatever you want under it.
Absolutely, yeah. And so it's really confusing. And also like the branding of it, like I thought that I don't know about you, but I think because you got that kind of Disney blue, I thought maybe like their interface could be that kind of color, which is a really nice, calming, inviting kind of color from a psychological point of view. What is their interface color? Fucking grey. The most boring shade of fucking grey as well. Because I know Amazon is like a darker charcoal grey kind of colour, whatever. But it's cool. Amazon's cool, man. That's a cool colour. You've got a dead-ass fucking colour of grey. And it's like, it's depressing as shit going on there, Disney Plus. As soon as I go onto their user page, I want to kill myself. Like, and it sounds more fun than watching fucking Modern Family for like the 20th fucking time.
And the 800th episode of Simpsons.
Oh my god! Honestly, just let it die. But like, it's so, and just these details are so important. And then like, when you go onto like the original bit and they then expand now.
Yeah.
They've copied that from Amazon and Netflix. Yeah. They are the last to every hurdle that everyone else is doing, and they just copy it. Oh, that's a fun addition. We'll just do that.
Yeah.
There's no innovative thing that Disney Plus is doing that no one else is doing. At least Amazon try and do that. Or no, they're not far behind Netflix at all. And then Disney are like, I've got honestly like the problems with like watch lists. You can't even see your whole watch list. What is the point of a streaming service when you can't even see what you want to watch?
And there's a bug in the system where you can't actually get certain titles off your actual watch list.
No, absolutely. I had this with what was it? Impossible, the French TV show
Oh,
that
right.
you recommended or whatever.
Oh yeah, it was Irresistible.
Irresistible.
Yeah.
That's probably it. Where like that is just permanently on my watch list now.
Yeah.
I tried to sort of like because I tried to get rid of a few titles so I can then see other ones come back up.
Yeah.
So I got rid of a few. That was one of them. And then, nope, can't get rid of it. It's come back. Even though it's not technically, I go on the title and it's then like off my watch list, still there.
Yeah.
So I can only watch to see like half of my watch list. So what's the point of a watch list if you can't even see what's on your fucking watch list? Honestly, Disney, just grow up, mate. Honestly, like, just go home, go to bed. Honestly, it's too late. Like, you need tucking into bed. Like, this is honest. It's embarrassing, like, how bad Disney Plus is. And then thirdly, this could be 30th, for all I know. I don't even know what number I'm up to in terms of complaints. But also licensing. It is embarrassing. Like, right now, they've just got Friday Night Dinner, Peep Show, which is what every other streaming service has. So you're last to the finishing post on that one as well, and you're just doing what everyone else does. And it's not like we're talking about actually I will, so in fairness to Disney Plus, actually I will sort of, they've got an ITV section, so I'm guessing they've partnered with ITV to then sort of have their shows on there. Fair enough, absolutely fine. But why not try and go for something a bit more obscure, maybe like a Gavin and Stacey or something, that, or like a Faulty Towers or Monty Python kind of back catalogue? Why don't they try and go for something that there are dedicated fans to try and license these kind of titles instead of just doing what everybody else does? And it's honestly, it's embarrassing. Like, how do they even like? I mean, wake up in the morning.
This has become part of the streaming wars where everyone's vying for your money. And it's so they're all starting to conglomerate within each other, so that they're fighting for your pound, basically.
That's why do something different and license other shows. I think
for me, what could have made Disney really, because they're so kid centric, they could have had like a real classic comedy section, like UK TV Gold used to be. And like you said, I think that would have really set them apart. And then license like the Monty Python and the films, maybe on the buses and things like that. But for the old people that, would eventually could use the app. So they've got a profile for themselves. They've got a profile for the kids. They're watching, Con Air while, Joey in the corner is watching Bluey on the old iPad. You know?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And I think as well, like, there's a lot of obviously improvements that they can make and should make, really. I'd just bin the app off, to be honest, and start again. But like, the point you just made there, I think is really, really important, actually, in terms of like making it appealing, not just for kids, because obviously Disney has that kid brand sort of effect and everything. But like when they own, titles like Alien and Predator and all this kind of stuff as well. I think they also then need to then do better with their curations into like these kind of things as well. Because when, like I said, with Amazon, with like the lines and everything, if you go on like a kid's profile, then it should just be kids only or whatever. But then like I find so often that like, because they have a genre setting, but then there's every film for that genre in alphabetical order, and just everything gets buried. So you're trying to find a film or a TV show and you just don't know what to find.
Disney, though.
It's so hard. Like, their organisation of their actual catalogue is horrendous.
Yeah, I mean, the thing I will give Disney credit for, which I don't think again, I would be very surprised about how many people actually know about this feature, which is the collections section. So what they have started to do is they've started to do like Planet of the Apes, Predator, Alien. So if you go further down, like there is a search section, it says collections. So if you are looking for something specific, it has everything in there. All the Omen movies, all the movies associated with that franchise, like 101 Dalmatians, Aladdin, blah, da, 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 da. I do think that's brilliant. But like you say, where the fuck is it? It's not at the top where it should be. Bluey collection, you know, everything all designed to be accessible.
They have it with Star Wars right at the top.
Yeah, and I think you should be making sure, because what if I was Disney, the one thing that they're missing is their older films. So other than their older legacy titles like Star Wars and all that, did you know that they made movies during the 40s, Sam?
I did, yes.
You did know.
Mm.
Okay, cool. Because if you go on the app, where the fuck are they?
No idea.
Are you ready for this? They're free on YouTube.
Mm.
So why am I paying extortionate amounts of money to sit and watch Tripe when I can go to YouTube and actually see the movies I actually want to see?
Mm.
That's just my notice. On that
Yeah,
one.
and no, I agree, 100%. And I think that's an interest. I will do your top 5, and I think that's an interesting conversation to add about YouTube as well, because that's becoming a big partner within the kind of streaming wars as well, because a lot of companies have added content and back catalogs to YouTube for viewers to watch, because more people watch YouTube than any other streaming service or even just terrestrial TV than anyone else in the world. So it's becoming a big player in that respect now, and also companies are recognizing it.
Yeah, so my top 5, I will be very, very quick. I don't have a lot to kind of say other than that. The only big surprise will be my order. I was flitting, because I'm going to start with 5, so I'm going to start in reverse order.
Okay, you
so
reverse,
but
yeah.
I think after your conversation, me thinking about it, I would have to say 5 is Disney Plus. Last time I was on it, I genuinely got so fucking mad that I was paying 10 quid for a month's worth of content, and not only was said content absolute tosh, that I was basically paying for ITVX, which in the UK, if you go onto your app store, it's free, people. I'm leaning in, right? It is free. Why are you paying X amount of pounds a month to watch something that is free? Think on it. And yeah, I totally agree with you. I think the interface now was okay. I thought it was okay. I mean, I know you've always had kind of problems with it. I didn't have that many problems with it. The watch list was definitely an issue, but I would without a doubt say, since they've added the Hulu and they've had their big update recently, it's absolute shocking, and I have no time for Disney. For me, number 4 would be Amazon Prime. It is genuinely what I like to consider a toilet. If it isn't their own originals that are fucking bowel movements, it is a place for people to dump stuff. As a library of weird, obscure horror movies and unusual science fiction movies, I think it's fantastic. I really do. I really think it, as a library, it's amazing. My big problem with Amazon Prime is there is no sense of curation. Weirdly, when you're going onto the app, Prime is its own subsection that you have to find separately on the app. Then I get what they're trying to do, which is you balance all of your subscriptions under one roof. Great idea, but you're still paying on top of your Amazon Prime subscription. So you're adding like the Hallmark channel, which, to be honest with you, I tried for a week or a month, I can't remember. Absolute shocking. They don't even have the full range of titles. It's bare minimum at most. And I just sit there and I go, what the fuck is this? It is just a absolute just dumping ground. So for me, number 3 would have to be Netflix. I understand it's a giant, to Sam's point. I really do think it is one of the better streaming services. Interface is great and all that. My problem is the quality of the material ain't there. I don't care for Stranger Things. I don't care. I literally subscribed for a
I
month.
completely forgot about Chris Stranger Things.
Yeah.
When I was listing off like titles and stuff,
Yeah,
I completely forgot about Stranger Things.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. And you were talking about it, so fervently recently, and I'm just like, yeah, you've got Stranger Things, you've got House of Cards, you've got Orange is the New Black, you've got all the legacy titles, but what people forget is they've all gone on way too long, and the quality diminishes every single time they return. What a fucking clue! But amidst with that, the whole case for the original movies and whatever else, don't get me wrong, they pick up some great films, they do a lot of prestige, and they support filmmakers, but that's why they're at 3. I do think that they can talk a good game and they deliver to the people that they really know, but for me at least, I'm very hit and miss on it. I find a lot of their just absolute guff and fluff, and some of it is just absolutely like some of the best stuff that I've ever witnessed. So that's why I put it at 3.
Sorry, I was going to quickly interject if that's all right.
No, please do.
I think that's a really interesting point, actually, where, like, because I agree that Netflix, a lot of their original material doesn't always, most of the titles I said are legacy.
Yeah.
A lot of, especially now, like modern, not saying modern day, but like more recent sort of projects that they've done, like they don't hit as well as they kind of did before.
You a question?
Yeah, absolutely. But like, but what you said there, I thought was really interesting. Is that the people that they do tailor things to, it does hit with them because it's algorithmically it works, and that's what Netflix is. It's just a giant algorithm, essentially, isn't it? But I think that's a really interesting point.
Yeah. What in your opinion is one of the most watched that you watch on there?
One that is one of the most watched, or
just
the Netflix original, or
ignore that. What is one of the most watched programs that you have on there?
You know what?
I know what, but you can say it to the people.
Peep Show.
Yeah.
And
if we look at their kind of algorithms, and I would imagine,
or Friends as well.
You got Friends as well, but Derry Girls is big up there. They're all acquisitions.
Yeah,
this is all licensed material. That's the problem with Netflix. When can you say Netflix made something where you went, fuck me, that was worth a watch?
Probably the first 4 seasons of Stranger Things. That was the last time.
And that's
or Orange is the New Black. In my opinion, Love, which I think is a show that kind of gets buried in the algorithm quite a lot, but I think it's very underrated in my opinion. Yeah. But yeah, sorry, continue.
No, you're fine. I mean, again, this is what it's for. We're here to spark conversation, and I think, as I said, I admire Netflix, but again, like a lot of their films, great one-time watches, but I can't think of. I don't want to keep repeating myself, but like I can't remember the last time I went, holy shit, that thing is like, maybe Frankenstein, Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein, I would say for me, really lit a fuse under my ass. Oh, and Rebel Ridge. There you go. Them two would really like stick in my britches as like, okay, if somebody said recommend me a Netflix movie, it's those.
Again, sorry, I was just going to quickly say, because I'm looking at Netflix right now, like other big shows, Brooklyn Nine-Nine is on there.
Yeah, it's the licenses,
The
man.
Office.
Yeah. I mean, even Disney's got like
Young Sheldon.
Yeah.
Obviously Orange is the New Black, so The Crown, actually, in fairness, that was a big original that they did.
Yeah. But again, I think people didn't like the ending to that one.
No, exactly. Black Mirror, but that was an acquisition.
It was an acquisition.
It was from Channel 4, obviously, then went to Netflix, so it's not a Netflix original technically.
No.
Because it pre-existed. Ozark.
Yeah.
Obviously Wednesday's been pretty massive. But it's very few and far between now, though.
But you think about
Wednesday's been massive. But...
Sure, Wednesday's been massive. But the real question is it good? And I would. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. No.
First series, cracking.
No, I wouldn't even go that far. I thought it was absolutely diabolical. Now, I'm not.
I didn't like the second though.
I'm not arguing quality in terms of its production, but in terms of the story, I really didn't like it. I do think what they've done with the actual Addams family, I think is absolutely fantastic and interesting. Like, that's how you update it. You really do a colorblind casting to it, and I think you really just update it. I think the thing that's holding Wednesday back for me was Tim Burton. I think because he's made it, you've made a kooky thing kookier. And then on top of like Alfred Gough and Miles Miller's scripts, I just, again, you as soon as like episode 1 airs, you're like, well, that person's the one. That's the mystery gone. And you're waiting 8 hours. And as much as they can throw kind of creepy imagery at you, you know, and cool one-liners and zingers and, you know, TikTok dancing,
ultimately that's what
it is. Yeah, you can't get away that it just feels like it's a show for social media. But saying that, one of the other kind of acquisitions / technically a Netflix film, K-pop Demon Hunters. Look what that did.
Yeah, massive.
So again, it's if with the right material, it's the perfect platform. So number 2 for me is Tubi. It's not Mubi, it's Tubi. I fucking love Tubi. Now, Tubi is a toilet bowl. I'm going to use this analogy once more. But for the right reason. It is genuinely a hub of the weirdest shit I've ever seen. And from real, literally low budget, I'm filming in the backyard of my garden over a weekend with films called Curse of the Weredeer, or just genuinely like weird anthologies that people have stitched together of their short films. Films range from 50 minutes to 2 hours. There is a whole range of Korean movies that I've never seen, and as someone trying to get into international cinema just a little bit more, and you're looking for some deeper dives, it's a great kind of area to really mine in terms of films. And especially if you like horror movies as well, they've got quite a lot of a good selection of kind of older 80s movies. But what I love about it is it has quite a lot of the Amazon stuff for none of the price. You sit and you watch 2, maybe 3 ads in your entire viewing experience. What is not to love? You're not paying extortionate amounts of money. Sure, the quality is variable, but for free, you can't argue there. And my number one has to be Mubi. Now, Mubi is mine simply because of what it's trying to do for the film community. In our previous episode, me and Sam were talking very much about kind of the state of film, and I didn't quite bring up that I'm actually worried about A24 and Neon, or I might have hinted at it. I'm very worried because they're looking to become a major studio, and I'm worried Mubi is, but in the right kind of way. They are acquiring and focusing, doubling down, whereas I feel like A24 is moving away from independently voiced directors led stories. They are going for star-studded casts in generic tripe. That's where I feel they're going. And then obviously Neon's doubling down with the horror legacy kind of that they're going for, which is it's great. It's like Blumhouse. They're becoming more machines, and then Neon over in the state is more of a states thing than over here. But they're also kind of getting into the foreign film, international cinema game. Mubi, though, has considerably doubled down on, we are focusing on independent voices and director-led stories like Kelly Reichardt with The Mastermind, like Lynn Ramsey with Die My Love. But they're also becoming an A24. They're starting the merch shop. They're starting to build a brand. But what will always get my money from Mubi is they love and respect their audience by giving you short films from Taiwan, German silent shorts from the 1900s. They will give you, lost American classics. They will give you TV shows, which is all great. if you're looking to start your film education, Mubi is the best place to go. And the best thing is, right, because I'm going to lean in once more, you need to understand this, people, right? You can gift movies for free, okay? You can send a movie you've watched and share with someone you love. Or, hey, I don't know. If you want to send them, some of David Lynch's Inland Empire, good luck to you. But we don't talk about this enough, where subscription services keep you pegged and absolutely just try and ball and chain you to their apps. And what I love about Mubi is it's an expression of the love of cinema. If you like something, here's a link. You can go, quickly set up a profile. You can not only watch the movie, you get 30 days as well to free to watch. I'm blown away by them.
This isn't an ad, by the way.
It should be, but
it should be.
But it, honestly, it's one of those ones where the quality of the movies, and don't get me wrong, like any streaming service, I flip between loving it and hating it, but it's the one that for me is the one that reigns supreme. That is the mountain of content. Bringing it back to Paramount.
Yeah, that was very nice, very nicely done. God, we're only 3 episodes in, but you're nailing this already.
I think we're definitely getting better at these, handoffs, aren't we? Yeah.
Absolutely. Also, we have not a special recommendation, but we also have a special mention to a certain streaming service that it's not really a streaming service because you can only get it in the UK, but the BBC iPlayer,
yes,
as well. It's something that. It's a really good user interface. I really like BBC iPlayer. Obviously, the content they have there, they license a lot of films as well over in the UK that you might not be able to get, if you don't have subscription services to whatever streaming services that are out there.
The only lots of options there. Is whilst it is technically free, but it's not free.
Yeah,
you do have to have a TV license, and they are quite a lot of money at the moment, but what they're offering in terms of, like you said, like the quality of material and the vast array of libraries, and again they've struck deals with like Disney and Paramount, and they are starting to get again. So if you want to just keep one, iPlayer is a great one. ITVX is free, Tubi's free, so there's at least one paying subscription service amidst a couple that you can then just watch a load of movies, TV shows.
And the great thing with BBC iPlayer as well is that you can also watch live TV on it as well. So that has that above everything else in terms of like every other streaming service, maybe apart from Netflix, because they do the odd sort of live event, whether it's boxing or something like that. They do the odd. So they've got WWE now as well. Yeah. So they do have live events, Netflix, in terms of part of their subscription. However, just I don't know if you can get BBC iPlayer anywhere else in the world, but
it's just the UK.
Just the UK, yeah. But, if you are in the UK, just check out BBC iPlayer more, I think, because I try to as well. Yeah. But that's
it's one of the
special mention.
Yeah, it's one of the very few places in the UK you can actually watch Industry, which I think is a HBO co-production. So, like that's been high on the amount of people who've recommended that to me. I'm ready to gear up and watch, at least catch up to date with it, because I think it's 4 seasons on there so far. So let's go.
Shall we briefly chat about YouTube?
Yes, let's go for it, because that is a hub that I have been dying to kind of talk about.
Okay, would you want to kick us off then?
Yeah, let's go for it. I mean, the thing that I think people forget is YouTube's free, people. YouTube's free. And you can watch.
I think everybody knows that from our generation.
I mean, I don't know.
Just to be certain. It is free.
You never know with certain people. You never know. But as we've been talking about and we've been highlighting, there is a mountain of content. But what I love the most about is it's very much in the vein of a Amazon Prime, where you are dealing with absolute like kind of junkyard of movies. And I imagine that, you know, you're here because you want to watch movies. But what I love the most about them is that there is just so much to watch. And there is so much, like, if you are looking for very specific titles, it's a great place to go. You're not always guaranteed to be able to watch said title. The ads on the free version are a bit shit, but it depends how much you use YouTube, and obviously that there is a paid version for about 17 quid a month. And I mean, if it's the only thing you watch, why not go for it? But yeah, like the amount of like old school silent movies, 1930s, 40s movies. I even got to see a Yvonne De Carlo gladiatorial kind of Christ movie that I genuinely never knew existed, and not in bad quality, but maybe it's the only way I'll ever get to watch it, and I'm glad I watched it. What about you?
The thing is that a lot of companies like BBC and some other film studios are starting to upload part of their kind of catalogue and legacy sort of media to YouTube, because it is the most viewed platform in the entire world. More than Netflix, more than Amazon. More people watch YouTube than any other platform in the entire world. They are cottoning on as also another potential revenue stream as well. And I think it's a great tool for that. But my question really is that do you think as more studios and streaming services, well, not necessarily streaming services, but more studios start to add their catalog or TV shows, films to a platform like YouTube, do you think it will start to rival streaming more because it is for free? Or do you think that streaming is safe? Or do you think that because YouTube is again a heavily watched platform, what are your thoughts on the future of streaming versus YouTube?
That's a really good question. I personally believe YouTube will win, hand over fist. I do think Shudder, a great niche horror app, will always survive. As much as we want to complain about some of the streaming services, I think the niche ones like Mubi, and I think the ones like Shudder will survive. Netflix feels untouchable, but even they quake kind of in the wake of YouTube. At least that's how it feels, because if we think on like what's happening within that sphere at the moment, let's put it into context for everybody. So Disney owns the rights to the Oscars, to air the Oscars, right, on ABC. So they have to stream it on terrestrial. They will be available to probably, no doubt, stream it on Disney Plus. They have now officially lost the rights, and it will go to YouTube. That's it.
That's from 2029, I believe.
Yeah, it's about that. It's like 2028, 2029, yeah. That's it. That's the end.
But will that make something like the Oscars more accessible?
Yeah. You think about it. The amount of people who probably go to YouTube first thing in the morning to watch clips, or they're going to watch the ceremony that's been recorded off someone's half-assed TV. They're going to watch that. You know, they want that. And as film grows within the kind of youth community, and obviously, I would imagine there's still a percentage of like our generation, maybe more like older, that still watch it. And then obviously you've got the punditry. If you can all watch it live at the same time, and then know that within 24 hours there'll be a complete live stream, like video of it, and it won't have ads in the traditional sense. So you could literally do the entire run through, say, 2.5 hours. I mean, It makes sense. It makes sense because they're going where the kids are going. And as much as I love to talk about the good old days of certain things, you can't deny that moving it away from the privilege of America, which is what it is, because it's only on ABC, we get it dead in the middle of the night because of time zones. To know that you don't even have to worry about that if it's out of your time zone or whatever, you can literally just put it on your TV or on your laptop and watch it whenever, wherever you are. That's going to make it a much more in-demand thing because there isn't a time pressure to it. You're not having to go, oh shit, I need to watch it right this second. I can watch it in the morning, maybe get up a bit earlier and know it's there. I can watch it instead of going, oh shit, I need to stay up at like 1 o'clock in the morning until 4. I'm only going to get 3.5 hours sleep before I start work, and then work your day out like that. I think that's going to be the best thing, and it's going to help YouTube become an even bigger giant. And it's not just like the studios and their content, it's the creators, like people like us, people like Markiplier, you know, all these people who are out there crafting communities and making sure that they're building their viewerships and stuff. That's gonna be the new wave. When I said, like in the last episode, is cinema dead? You could also kind of say, is TV dead? Because as much as we get The Pit, as much as we get, you know, Last of Us, the Game of Thrones, you're relying on subscription services and studios to keep pumping that kind of material out, and they're milking it. Whereas you can just literally flick on your YouTube, and if you watch a video all the way to the end, you're probably paying a content creator anyway. So, you know.
And also these creators are doing innovative things for a hell of a lot less. And I can't remember who it was. I think it was obviously I'm really into sport as well. Yeah. So there was a sort of like broadcaster. I can't remember who it was now. Who worked with like a YouTuber while doing like a TV show, like a football TV show, and they did like some VT, and the camera guy was like, "Oh, can we then do this again?" And because they were working with a YouTuber, and he was like, "Why? Just do it once and move on."
I remember that, yeah.
And it was like, why do we have to keep doing things over and over and over again? It's like, this is what is costing you money, it's costing you time when you just do it once and move on. Because I know what we're going to get. And it's like, these people just think differently, where like the traditional media and like traditional ways of making films and TV shows is slowly dying because these YouTubers are doing it quicker and faster and cheaper, and they're producing good shit. Like really good shit.
They're also not bound by the limitations of the creatives in charge.
Yeah.
As much as I think people need to be put into check, the amount of times I will argue that certain filmmakers, you know, need run times in check. I think that you need a creative force on the set that isn't always in perfect alignment with the director. I do think that with these people, they have twigged what an audience wants, and they're getting it. And they're doing it for, you know, whatever. Whilst Hollywood are burning through millions and billions of dollars, and they just don't get it. How much money do you think the Disney Plus app cost? Well, you know, I would imagine it's at least a year or two's worth of YouTube content that people have put into it. That was probably just to start up the beta version. And you just think, wow, like, again... easy interface, people, you know. But what I think also makes YouTube special, that was it, I was remembering this, niche. Whatever your niche is, it's there. It's on there. They've got it. You've got you covered.
Yeah. Whether you can literally watch anything.
Oh, I watch people eating food.
Yeah,
I'm obsessive about it. But, you know, in the, like food competitions and stuff. And then I'm now also getting into ASMR barbering.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a little bit too much, but I don't know. But I just find it so comforting.
Depends what you use it for.
I use it to comfort me at night. And,
I listen to ASMR as well.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like, again, it's just there. You can watch it as long or as little as you want. With the Shorts program, and that's a great adaptation of what Reels and TikTok, and it's allowing these content creators just to be really invigorating.
But also, like, talking about, obviously, like, because the younger generation is using YouTube as such a massive sort of go to now, because even like, I know a lot of younger people who go to these platforms and to watch various content, and this is where then studios to tie it back, like this is why they should be worried at YouTube, I think, because like, there's a whole plethora of content out there, and that's why I think then they should be adding their back catalogs to YouTube, because it is the one-stop shop for everything. And it's like, this is where then it's an opportunity to compete with others and to get your like we see trailers now get like tens of millions of views, and it could be for like a most average film. But it's because people want to see films on YouTube, and the platform is there, and the infrastructure is there, and the eyeballs are there. You just need to put your content up there. And I think that, like, Warner's, Sony, Universal, they're all going to start doing it, because I know the BBC have started doing it as well with some shows. They've started putting them up for free. Well, so they're already making the move, and it's like, so no, I.
And my last little thing on it is, I think the only thing that is stopping YouTube at the moment is interface. I think if they can curate, because when I go on the app, I just find it so bogged down in like ads at the moment and stuff. I think if they're able to find a way where they can just like, your homepage becomes like your algorithm, and you're able to have curated videos already going there. And if you like film or whatever, you've got like tabs at the top, and it becomes a more personalized experience. That's when the studios have definitely gone.
In fairness, that's what I see, but that's because I use the platform a lot. That's why. So I think I've, like obviously with TikTok, for instance, if you use it enough, if you like enough stuff or whatever, the algorithm gets used to you. And I think because I use YouTube a lot, I have a tailored algorithm. Like I really do. Like if I show you my recommended, it will just be like football, film, ASMR videos, and like the occasional weird shit. That's my, and like film reviews and stuff like that.
But I just want to say as well, I don't think traditional services like Now TV, Disney Plus, all that, I don't think they're going anywhere.
No,
but
I agree.
They will be for a dying breed, very much like we thought physical media was going to be for a generation where you go, oh, we're not going to do that. There'll always be the fans of each and every single one, and they will subscribe to them. But like you say, the next few years will be another transition to YouTube. I do foresee that.
Yeah, I do too. I agree. Wow, we agree on something.
Brilliant. Holy shit.
Amazing. Okay, so we move on to the final part of this episode, which is Richard Recommends. I'll also drop my own recommendation first, just as we do every week. And ironically, I'm going to be recommending something from Disney fucking Plus.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Can you smell that, people? Oh my days!
And so yeah, I'm recommending the incredible Ava Longoria directorial debut which is called Flamin Hot, and it's such a brilliant, beautiful story about the Hispanic community and Richard Montañez and his incredible rise through I can't remember what the company's called, Frito-Lay, isn't it?
I think so.
Like who like Lay's, who kind of like who create the chips and everything, and like who obviously create Cheetos, and he's the person who then creates the Flamin' Hot flavor. And I think it's a real emotive character sort of dominated story, following his journey from literally nothing, from being like involved in gangs to then I'm literally giving the story away, but to him then sort of working his way and sort of being trusted to sort of take a chance and be given an opportunity to make a difference at a company. And I think it's such a wonderful film. I think it's really well told. It's a beautiful film, really well acted, really inspiring film, and I really, really recommend Flamin' Hot.
I'm with you on that, and the only thing I wanted to say is it's the last of like a dying breed. It very much is in the vein of an Air, where it's 2 hours if that, and it's fast, fun, frenetic. It's the 3 Fs. It tells its story perfectly. You're having fun while watching it. It's a great underdog story, and it just leaves you with a warm sense of, fulfillment after watching it. Would you go back to it? Probably. It might not always be a film you get back to, but it's just one of those ones where you go, fuck me, that was well made.
Yeah, it's not like a Chef where Chef you can go back to all the time.
Yeah.
Well, I think I've only watched Flaming Hot twice. I watched it myself, and me and you watched it actually.
Yeah.
And then I showed it to my wife, who also loved it. But then that I haven't watched it since. But every time I've watched it, it's just been a great watch. But I completely agree with you as well. It's in the same likeness of like Air and those kind of like biopics and sort of films about a certain time as well. So Richard, what are you recommending this week?
I am doing a twofer this time, so this is the first of a double bill. And there is a French filmmaking duo out there that needs some love, and they need your support. Come closer. Going to do a Jordan.
You can't do that. I'm sure that's trademarked.
Yeah.
That's our fourth strike. That's our fourth strike.
Yeah. Have you noticed? It's always me that's breaking it.
I know. What I mean? Yeah, I haven't done that yet.
Yeah, it's basically I need to recommend these films. So this French duo came onto the scene with Orgasm in ABCs of Death. They made a film called Amer, and they are without a doubt the most visually striking and just genre-bending duo that I have ever seen. The films I'm here to recommend are Let the Corpses Tan and Reflections in a Dead Diamond. These are available on Mubi and Shudder, so obviously great for recommendations because obviously we have talked about these streaming apps. Please get on these. So Let the Corpses Tan is a French film about a bank robbery that goes wrong. It has Sunny Road to Selena, one of the songs that Quentin Tarantino was able to dig up from a lost exploitation movie for Kill Bill Volume 2. It is a just beautifully bizarre, strange movie that is just a heist movie. It's just heist gone wrong, and all the kind of trials and tribulations that go with it amidst some of the best imagery, like people holding skulls against like jet blue kind of backgrounds, and absolutely fantastic. And then Psychedelia is the one for Reflections, and basically it's a kind of spin on the films such as Danger Diabolique and films of Mario Bava. It has a lot of flesh ripping, and it is great. It is honestly like, if you love James Bond and you thought, my God, you needed a lot more kind of costumes and obscure kind of psychedelic imagery, then look no further. They're very hard films to describe because they're all image based, but check the trailers out. You will not be disappointed with these ones.
Okay, great. Can you just say the titles again, just to be certain?
Yes, it's Let the Corpses Tan and Reflections in a Dead Diamond.
Amazing. Cool. Thank you, Richard, for those recommendations.
You're welcome.
I haven't even watched those, obviously, because you recommend some niche stuff.
These are real niche, especially
yeah.
Let the Corpses Tan. That was a proper late night movie watch, and I walked away going, what the hell have I just smoked? It was like, it's proper El Topo territory. Like,
yeah.
I'll have to send you the link.
I can just add it to my own movie list.
No. I need to send you the link.
Okay. Okay, fair enough. And I think that's a great place to end it for this episode. Thank you for joining us again. This is episode 3 of Film Bros. Thank you so much for watching. We're having so much fun with it. I hope you can sort of get that from us recording. So if you have any feedback, again, like for us, please leave it in the comments. And also, I want to pose a question to the audience this time, is where do you think streaming versus YouTube will end up in the next few years? I'd be really interested to hear your thoughts, so drop that in the comments. So yeah, thank you again. And Richard, where can people find you?
Thanks for asking, Sam. So you can find me at VSC across multiple platforms, TikTok, Instagram, and Letterboxed. And yeah, if you need a recommendation, I'm your guy.
What does VSC stand for?
It's Video Store Clerk, man. You know this by now.
Yeah, but they might not.
That's fine.
So I'm asking the audience.
But it's cooler if I call it the VSC.
It is.
It is, yeah.
But
I'm
you
the
still
VSC.
need to say what it is.
No, I don't.
You absolutely
VSC.
do. You absolutely do.
VSC.
Okay, amazing. And you can find me on TikTok and Instagram at Sam_D_Hogarth. Links of all of our socials will be in the description below. And thank you for watching yet again on the Rogue Studios YouTube channel or TikTok pages. And
make sure to give us a like and a follow.
Thank you very much. And subscribe and share clips that you enjoy. And like I say, just let's
down, mate. Don't give them homework.
Let's start these conversations on films. And yeah, I hope you're enjoying these just as much as we are. And we'll see you next time. Bye.